What is going on, Jet fans? Happy St. Patrick's Day. We are back with another video. Going to be talking about the Zach Wilson trade market, Corey Davis's New York Jets reunion in doubt, and so much more. I was surprised yesterday. I was rocking the Scally cap yesterday. I was surprised that half the people knew what it was, and half were like, why are you wearing that hat? What is that? Like, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend, man. It's Scally caps and Irish whiskey all weekend. Don't miss the memo. Get your Scally cap on and enjoy and drink responsibly. But let's get into today's video. So Justin Fields was traded last night, and now I think it's wise to bring up once again the Zach Wilson trade market because they are going to be moving on from Zach Wilson after this season. And last night we saw Justin Fields get traded for a 2025 sixth round pick. Now it converts into a fourth round pick if he plays 51% of the snaps this year. Russell Wilson's the presumed starter, but number one, if he gets hurt, then Justin Fields comes in. If he's ineffective, which is certainly possible, they can make the change and go to Justin Fields. Moral of the story is I think he went for significantly less than most people were expecting. I heard some people talking about a potential second-round pick for Justin Fields and comparing it to the Sam Darnold trade from 2020. And Sam Darnold went for a second and sixth round pick, I believe, and the Jets gave in a fourth, something like that. Moral of the story is I thought Justin Fields would be going for significantly more than he ended up going for. And interesting move for the Steelers. You take a swing. They have, this is very much so a stopgap year for them at the quarterback position. And who knows, maybe they find out if Justin Fields has anything in the tank. But they also just traded away Kenny Pickett. It was Kenny Pickett and a fourth for a third round pick and two 2025 sevenths. Like the trade market, and I showed on the screen already, the different trades for quarterbacks in 2024, it's been rough. I don't think the Jets are going to get anything for Zach Wilson unless they attach a pick, like Zach in a sixth for a seven, or Zach in a seven for a six, I guess is probably the better way of doing it. Zach in a seven for a six, but maybe Zach in a sixth for a higher sixth. It's going to be some sort of pick swap trade, if anything, or they could honestly just outright release him, which would stink. I understand that, but I've seen some say just, oh, well, then if that's the case, if you're not going to get anything for him, just keep. I think it's better for both sides to just move on. Honestly, I think Zach Wilson could have a chance to resurrect his career somewhere else potentially. The Jets don't need that stink, for lack of a better word, in the building. Like it's just, it didn't work out. It's better to just move on, cut your losses, and call it a day. I don't think he has value at essentially what $5.5 million would be if he was released. You'd save. I'd rather do that than just keep him on the roster as a third string quarterback. If you want to carry a third quarterback, then draft a new guy and get him on a cheap contract and see if that's your guy in a mid-round swing. I don't think it's wise to keep Zach Wilson on the roster. So either bite the bullet and release him, or see if you can do Zach Wilson and a late pick for a late pick. Whatever it is, the Jets aren't going to get much for Zach Wilson. I know it stinks. And I don't really know how many more spots are left for him to go. So don't know. We're going to take a look and potentially see, but something to keep an eye on. The second thing that I wanted to get into was Corey Davis. So the New York Jets released Corey Davis as he comes back into the NFL. He wanted to apply for a reinstatement. The Jets release him, but when they did that, it seemed like they were interested in bringing him back. And there definitely is interest from the Jets side of things. But according to ESPN's Rich Cimini, the sense is that he is going to explore the market and he prefers a team closer to his home in Nashville, Tennessee. So maybe it's a Tennessee Titans reunion. Maybe he's going, I don't know, Atlanta, one of the Florida teams, but further south than where the Jets are located up in Jersey. I would be interested to bring him back, not as the wide receiver 2 guarantee, but the third or fourth guy in the pecking order, push Allen Lazard down the roster and have Lazard more as your fifth receiver instead of your, I don't know, right now he's basically their second. Mike Williams is meeting with the Jets on Monday. I think there's a good chance that they sign him. And that's if they were to sign Mike Williams, like it wouldn't stop them from signing Corey Davis, or the reverse of that too, I guess makes sense, because if they were to sign Corey Davis on a cheap deal, that doesn't then stop them from signing Mike Williams as well, or adding in the NFL draft. However they wanted to do it, I would be interested. I've said it before too, but I'd be interested in a return if he's like 1 year deal, maybe $4 or $5 million to be like the third option on this team in the passing game at wide receiver, but not to be like, hey, we fixed wide receiver too, and we don't have to worry about Mike Williams or drafting someone in the first round. That I think would be a mistake. But it seems like, at least anyway, that as Samini reports, that a reunion might be unlikely, which, okay, it's not. It would have been nice to bring him back, but it's not the end of the world. You're not, folding up shop and saying it was a failure of an offseason because they didn't bring back Corey Davis. If he moves on, great. I wish him the best. Clearly, there was something going on in his life last year where he felt the need to step away. And I hope that everything in his personal life is back to the way it should be. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on both the Zach Wilson trade market and Corey Davis potentially not coming back to the New York Jets. Sound off. I'm Matt. I'll catch you next time.